also toppled backwards and dropped, together with the body, into the pit. No one noticed. Hung ducked his head under the corpse's clothing. His ploy would have never worked had the Japanese stuck with their original game of decapitation. In the beginning, the soldiers used the heads of their victims to keep score. But later, to save time, they killed prisoners not by lopping off heads, but by slashing throats.
Right, okay. Well, I know with the Chinese, they strip it very thin, don't they? But if you've got a big chunk of meat, so, I mean, it's easy to swallow it, really, if it's thin and it's, small. Obviously, if it's a big chunk, you've got to try and either chomp it a bit or swallow it whole, which is not too good, really.
Siete sui 105 MHz di 105 Live, il canale in diretta della Radio Vaticana.
Si può ascoltare anche in onda media sui 585 kHz per Roma e il Lazio.
Met Report. Dublin, Met Report. Dublin at 1700 Zulu, wind 230 degrees, 6 knots. Wind varying between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds few at 2,000 feet. Ceiling broken at 9,000 feet. Temperature 6. Viewpoint 3. QNH 1025. Low 6. Shannon Met Report. Shannon at 1700 Zulu. Wind 210 degrees, 8 knots.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Vatican and World News. For more on these and other stories, please be sure to visit our web portal at www.vaticannews.va. You can also like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Many thanks go to Patrizio Ciprari in studio. In the Vatican, I'm Francesca Merlo.
You guys, are you guys really big on skiing? Anyone?
I'm more like an ice skating person.
Ice skating, okay.
Yeah, ski is too risky for me.
Oh, I'm glad that you said that because I've only had one skiing experience and it didn't end the way that I had expected. You always look at really...
This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in between 1930 and 2030 UTC on 6050 kHz, between 2130 and 2230 UTC in the 31 meter band on 9610 kHz to South Asia and Australia, between 300 and 0000 UTC in the 49 meter band and on 5960 kHz to Europe, Eastern USA and Canada, and in the 31 meter band on 9660 kHz between 1730 and 1830 UTC to Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. The Voice of Turkey is also beamed between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 49 meter band and on 6125 kHz to Europe, the USA, Eastern Canada and Cuba, between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 41 meter band on 7240 kHz to Iraq, Syria, Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Please note that transmissions broadcast between 2300 and 0000 UTC and between 0400 quality has been pre-recorded. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr.
Today is Monday, January. You listen to the news in English on the Voice of Turkey. And we start with Russia's opposition leader, Russia's Navalny. Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny, who got treatment in Germany after alleged poisoning, was arrested in the capital Moscow upon...
There's more from us on Twitter, Feature Story. And that is the latest Feature Story news. Simon Marks reporting.
Welcome to the Shortwave Report. I'm your host and producer, Dan Roberts. This Shortwave Report is a 30-minute review of news and opinion heard on the shortwave radio and the internet in Northern California. Listening to international broadcast at home is quite easy. You just need a shortwave radio with a scheduled English language broadcast, or a computer or smartphone with an internet connection. To help you with this, I'll announce times, frequencies, and website addresses at the conclusion of these show. That's outfarpress.com. You can listen to the past 5 shortwave reports, find advice for listening to shortwave at home, and find internet links for please check it out and tell a friend. In today's edition, you'll hear reports from Germany's Radio Deutsche Welle, NHK Japan, Radio Havana Cuba, and Russia's Sputnik Radio. We will begin with Germany's Radio Deutsche Welle. The United Kingdom is no longer...
Dardasha 7 على SoundCloud. زوروا soundcloud.com/Dardasha 7 واستمعوا لأرشيف برامجنا المنوعة مجانا وبأي وقت.
أمير أولاده وبناته وسألهم إن كان أحد منهم يريد أن يذهب معه لرعاية إحدى القرى الفقيرة، وذلك في إحدى البلاد البعيدة ولفترة طويلة.
Welcome to the review of the Turkish press. Sky reports about detachment of Arab countries. Arab countries which recently ended their embargo on Qatar are racing with each other to normalize relations with Turkey.
Radio Amey,
This is the Morse of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 49 Sedan between 1930 and 2040 UTC.
كلمة خوفي فرح joie J-O-I-E تعريف الفرح بحسب معجم المعاني الجامع هو السرور والبهجة. État de satisfaction qui se manifeste par de la gaieté. فرح joie J-O-I-E يقول النبي نحمية فرح الرب هو قوتكم. La joie de l'Éternel sera votre force. Dit prophète Néhémie. Farah, joie.
follow us on Twitter @Radio Dardasha 7 وغردوا معنا.
قضايا كتير بتمر كل يوم علينا، يا ترى بنفكر ايه السبب فيها او بتأثر ازاي؟
تعالوا مع بعض نفكر بشكل مختلف وطريقة غير تقليدية، علشان اكيد في فكرة ورا كل قضية.
اهلا بيكم متابعينا في كل مكان مع حلقة جديدة من برنامجكم فكرة في قضية.
Time for this week. Kieran Dunn was on sound. Brian Moss was our broadcast coordinator, and the programme was produced by Eileen Herron. Don't forget Ear to the Ground on RT1 on Monday at 7, and coming up next after the news, playback here on Radio 1. But before we go, you may know Seamus O'Rourke, of course, author of Standing in Gaps, great contributor to the programme, and a couple of years ago he collaborated with the Kilkennys here in the programme, and we've noticed over recent weeks, just out of the blue, there seems to be a second wave there in terms of interest in the video that's online and on social media, so we thought we might dip into the archives and let you hear it once again. So this is Seamus O'Rourke and the Kilkennys telling us about a Leitrim farmer hoping for someone to take over the family farm, and it's called Maybe This Year.
If there was less bad weather.
Hi, Teresa Mannion here with a road safety alert for bad weather.
The COVID-19 vaccine is here, and the HSE is starting its rollout across the country. Frontline healthcare workers and people over 65 are most at risk, so they will be offered a vaccine first. Other groups will be offered a vaccine as it becomes available. Right now, we still need to keep our distance, wash our hands, and do everything we can to protect each other from COVID-19. For factual, expert information you can trust, visit hse.ie/COVID-19.
It's almost 9 o'clock on RTE Radio 1.
And time to offer a sincere thank you on behalf of St. Vincent de Paul to everyone who generously supported our annual appeal. Thank you.
Because classes are happening at home right now, RTE is trying to make learning a bit more accessible
by offering support to us students, our parents and our teachers.
So you'll find primary and secondary curriculum-based learning some we don't. Across all RTE platforms, as well as complimentary content for everything from junior infant phonics to 6th-year physics.
So do your homework and go to rte.ie/learn to find out more.
RTE Radio 1.
Playback with Sinead Mooney is coming up just after the news. Radio 1 at 9 o'clock. Now over to Susan Jackson for the latest news.
Good morning from the newsroom. The headlines: the Cabinet is expected to decide whether or not to tighten coronavirus restrictions.
Herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, zu unserem Spaziergang durch die Sendungen von Radio Rumänien International.
Together is empty vision.
Yes.
Let's watch a little bit, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
It's a barren land.
Bears no fruit, no dreams they grow.
The value of their heart.
Help them cultivate their power.
Moni, your energy is just incredible.
Thank you.
Where do you get all your energy?
Water and life.
Tell me about the set.
Well, that was all of One Love.
共我200分，將飛機輻射嚟推過，我幾乎做錯交工，撩事惹非犯錯案辦錯案。
People from Helsinki, Finland. From Helsinki in Finland, you also write this.
Fine, I'll put it back to you then, Barry. G4 SCX with the Sunday afternoon set. This is G1OZU.
www.ISSA-ALNASIH.com.
El de los goles, el de la emoción, el del espectáculo, el de siempre, el clásico, el único, el veterano, el del sonido imprescindible, el de la cadena COPE. Tiempo de juego. Las horas más calientes de la radio española. En la técnica, José Antonio Hernández, Antonio Bravo, Javier Rodríguez, Víctor Catalina, José Colchero. Los falsos y agregados. El jefe de todo, Jorge Evia. Los casi jefes de todo, Fernando Evangelio, el evangelio de la radio, Rubén Parra Parrita y Germán Mansilla, de la parte elegante de Móstoles. Bueno, tiempo de juego. Of Turkey.
And now review of the Turkish press.
Hello and welcome to the Weekend Review with me, Kalin Kotsoyu. Romanian authorities hoped that they would receive the 3 million doses of COVID vaccine they contracted for this period by the end of May, and that by September, 10 million Romanians would be immunized. Until then, however, they decided that over 35,000 people in jobs considered essential, scheduled these days to be vaccinated with the initial dose, would be rescheduled 10 days after their initial appointment.
Agamemnon, the king of Mycenaeans, finally captures Troy after 10 years of battle. He razes the city to the ground. But he is not yet calm. He keeps on fighting with the local clans, and most of his soldiers are either sick or injured.
This is Radio Delta. The code's 2049 meter. Playing 47 years of rock music. 1000 watts ERV. AM power. This is Radio Delta.
Angeboten kind, alles Gute und goede gezondheid. Aangeboden door Radio Casanova.
To hear a station on my receiver for the very first time. I hear your station on the Eton E1 telescopic antenna with a reception of port 35323. Enclosed audio clip. Reception was possible in my wooden house located 82 meters south of Warsaw.